Salve Discipoli, and welcome to week 5 of our distance learning. If you've been routed here, you are probably a member of the 5th grade Latin class. All right, so just to go over what I'm expecting from you this week, where you need to watch this video, of course. Okay, and while you watch this video, you should be filling out the week 5 work packet. Okay, same as the past couple weeks. All right, then you need to submit that work packet to get credit and attendance credit for this class this week. All right, and then you're going to take the week 5 open notes quiz online. All right, it's open notes, and don't stress about it, okay? All of these things are going to be due by Friday, April 24th, the last day of the week, okay? That makes sense. You have a week to do it, so please get that done. Before we do any of that, though, let's go over the quiz that you guys took the week, just before we left for Easter break, okay? So let's do that. All right, again, this was an open notes quiz, so I'm just going to go through and give you the answers so you can kind of see what it's like to take this quiz if you didn't take it, and so on and so forth. So here we go. All right, Noem. Okay, that's 9. Which of the following is an example of a first and second declension adjective? Okay, remember, first and second declension adjectives are going to be like our first and second declension nouns, not our third declension nouns. So the answer is maritus, marita, maritum. Okay, next question. Which of the following is an example of a third declension adjective? Okay, remember, third declension adjectives are very similar to third declension nouns. Okay, so it's going to be this guy here, fortis, forte. Now, define the following. Sex, that is 6. Okay. Define the following. Septem, that's 7. Okay. The genitive case is used for possession. Okay, define the following. Decem, that's 10. Define the following. Quinque, that's 5. The nominative case is used for, and more than one answer is possible here. Okay, the nominative is used for the subject noun and the predicate nominative. Okay, the answer's in the question, kind of. Okay, define the following. Duo, 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 that's 2. Okay, don't worry about the legal name. By the way, when I ask you guys to do that, that's just so I know who is whose quiz is what, so I know, how to assign the grade and everything. Okay, so please make sure that you put your name, like you as in the student, right? So if I was taking Miss Slade's class, I would write Sabina, right? That's my student name. Okay, so please write your legal name so I know who to assign the grades to. All right, anyway, cardinal numbers. Okay, a couple of you missed this one. Some of you got counting. Some of you did not select math. Okay, math was one thing that cardinal numbers can be used for. Okay, the accusative case is used for, right, there's two answers possible here. Direct object and the object of the preposition. Okay, third declension adjective endings are most similar to third declension endings. That makes sense. Okay, third declension adjectives are similar to third declension nouns. Okay, that's the way it is. All right, define tres tria, that is 3. Okay, similar question to before. First and second declension adjective endings are most similar to, they call them first and second declension adjectives because they are similar to our first and second declension noun endings. Okay, anyway. The ablative case is used for the object of the preposition. Okay, next. In terms of word order, which comes first in English? The adjective or the noun? All right, let's think about this one. Okay, if I were to go to the store and buy a dress in a particular color, I'd say, oh, I want the blue dress. Okay, so what comes first? The adjective or the noun in English? The blue dress. Okay, well, blue's the adjective, so the adjective comes first, and then the noun. All right? Adjectives must match the nouns they modify in which 3 ways? Okay, case is one, gender is one, and number is the other. Okay, it's got to match in those 3 ways. The dative case is used for indirect object. Octo means 8. Ordinal numbers are for ordering. We'll learn about those today. Okay, and in terms of word order, which comes first in Latin? The adjective or the noun? Okay, so let's think about this again. All right, in our English example, Magistra goes to the store and she wants the blue dress. Okay, but in Latin, remember, it's the opposite. Okay, it's dress blue. So what comes first? Dress. Dress is the noun. Okay, so the noun comes first. All right, quattuor is 4. And the Latin word from which cardinal comes means hinge or pivot. Okay, I caught a couple of you with bird. Okay, the bird has... actually, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think the bird has anything to do with this word. Okay, I think that... I'll have to do some research, but... Okay, so anyway... hinge or pivot. Now, so that was the quiz from last week. Okay, now let's go to this week's lesson. All right, at this point in time, you should have your week 5 work packet ready to go, printed out next to you so that you can follow along with the video and write in what you need to write in. Capiche? All right, so let's get going. First things first, as always, we've got our speed test practice. So please go ahead now and pause this video, fill in what you remember, okay? And then when you're done filling in all that you can possibly remember and write down, hit play and we'll go over the answers together, okay? So pause the video and do that now, please. And welcome back, okay? So the answers are here. Now, if you'd like to pause it on the screen so that you can have more time to check your answers, please do so. But if you are ready, we're going to do our Latin chants together now. Okay? So here we go. A, E, A, E, A, M. A, E, A, R, U, M. I, S, A, S, I, S, 2. Now the first declension's through. Now we're on to number 2. U, S, I, O, U, M. O, I, O, R, U, M. I, S, O, S. And I, S, 2. U, M, I, O, U, M. O, A, O, R, U, M. I, S, A, I, S. That's the neuter second declension. Wah, wah. X, I, S, I, E, M, E. E, S, U, M, I, B. U, S, E, S, I, B, U, S. Third declension endings. Okay. So those were our, sorry, I didn't label this on mine. This was our noun endings. Okay, now over here, we've got our adjective endings. And down here, we've got our verb endings. Okay, so just as before, all right, notice that our first and second declension nouns have the same endings as our first and second declension adjectives. Okay, they're the same endings. All right, and they did that for a reason. Now, the third declension adjective endings are a little bit different than our third declension noun endings, but they're pretty similar, close enough. Okay, so just memorize those. And our verb endings. Let's go through the chant for those. Okay. OSTMUSTISNT. O or M means I. S means you. T means he, she, or it. Mus means we. Tis means y'all. Nt means they. Okay. Bum bas bat bum is batis bant. Bum bas bat bum is batis bant. Bo bis bit bim is bitis bunt. Bo bis bit bim is bitis bunt. Okay, so those were our chants, our ending chants. All right, and remember we're going to do that every week, so get used to it. Okay, definitely learn them if you haven't already. All right, now we're going to do some new vocabulary today, and what that entails, okay, as I go through these, make sure you're color coding them, okay? Color code them and make sure you write in the correct definitions. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so last week we talked about cardinal numbers. Okay, cardinal numbers are for counting. All right, and we went over the quiz. One of the questions was, ordinal numbers are for what? Okay, ordinal numbers are for ordering, right? Not like ordering Chinese food, but like ordering as in, numerically, like who came in first, who came second, who came third, right? Okay, and that sort of thing. All right, so let's just go through. Please repeat the Latin after me, okay? And you guys know the drill by now. I'm going to say the Latin out loud. Your job, I'm going to pause after I say it. Your job is to repeat back to me in the silence, okay? Repeat the Latin back, right? You should be working on your spoken Latin, even though we're not meeting in class right now, okay? It's super important that you do that. All right, so number 1, please repeat. Primus, prima, primum. Okay, one more time. Primus, prima, primum. Okay, and that means first. All right. Number 2, please repeat after me. Secundus, secunda, secundum. One more time. Secundus, secunda, secundum. Okay, and it kind of looks like what it means in English. All right, it means second. All right, not like the time, like hours, minutes, and seconds, but like second as in I took second place in the skating competition. Okay, that kind of thing. All right, number 3, please repeat after me. Tertius, tertia, tertium. One more time. Tertius, tertia, tertium. Okay, and that's third. All right, number 4, please repeat. Quartus, quarta, quartum. Okay, one more time. Quartus, quarta, quartum. Okay, and that's fourth. All right, number 5, please repeat. Quintus, quinta, quintum. Again, quintus, quinta, quintum. Okay, and that means fifth. All right, number 6, please repeat. Sextus, sexta, sextum. Again, sextus, sexta, sextum. Okay, and that's the 6th. Okay, not the 6th, but the 6th. Okay. Number 7, please repeat after me. Septimus, septima, septimum. Okay, one more time. Septimus, septima, septimum. All right, and that's the 7th. Okay, number 8, please repeat. Octavus, octava, octavum. One more time. Octavus, octava, octavum. Okay, and that's the 8th. All right, next. Nonus, nona, nonum. Again, nonus, nona, nonum. Okay, and that's the 9th. Next, please repeat again. Decimus, decima, decimum. Again, decimus, decima, decimum. Okay, and that means 10th. All right. Next, please repeat. Totus, tota, totum. Again, totus, tota, totum. Okay, and that means whole, all, or total. Okay. And finally, please repeat after me. Nullus, nulla, nullum. One more time. Nullus, nulla, nullum. Okay, and that means none. All right. So those are our new ordinal numbers, and those are going to be color-coded in orange. That is brown. Whoops. Magistra's bad. She made a mistake. Alright, anytime we do new vocabulary, make sure that you color code it. Alright, and there's a reason we're doing it this way. It's kind of therapeutic and nice. Just putting pretty little color over here. Doing some Latin coloring. Very nice. Well, that was fun. Okay. Now, we're going to do our nouns. Okay, we only have 5 of them this week. All right, let's start with our masculine. Please repeat. Aquarius, aquarii, masculine. Okay, and that's a water carrier. Next, please repeat. Quibus, quibi, masculine. That's food. All right. And finally, please repeat. Hortus, horti, masculine. That's a garden. Okay, now we'll move on to our feminine nouns, which are pink. Okay, casa, casai, feminine. That's a house. Okay, and finally, our neuter noun. Please repeat. Aedificium, aedificii, neuter. Okay, and that's a building. All right, so again, just go through, color code your vocabulary, please and thank you. All right, I want to see that it's done because it's only going to help you later on. Okay, it's going to help you compartmentalize all our vocabulary. All right, so if you need more time, you can always pause the video and write anything down that you've missed, but make sure you have your this new vocabulary written down and color-coded when you hand in your packet. Okay, and hand in your packet, I mean that electronically, like take a picture of it and send it to me. All right, so now let's go through our grammar lesson for this week. So I'm going to do this very similarly to the way we did it last week. Okay, I'm gonna read it out loud, and you can follow along. It's in your packet as well. All right, so ordinal numbers. As promised, this week we will focus on ordinal numbers. The term ordinal numbers comes from the Latin ordo ordinis, which means rank or order. These numbers are used for telling the order of appearance of things. Okay? So for example, the top-ranked centurion in the Roman legion was known as the primus pilus. Okay? It pretty much translates to like the first, okay, primus, right? Comes first. Okay. This is actually not so different from our own English language, which has both cardinal and ordinal numbers too. For instance, if we wanted to say that we see one boy or two boys, we're using our own cardinal numbers. But once we start talking about the first boy or the second boy to arrive, we're using ordinal numbers. All right, in Latin, these would also require different numbers as listed below. Don't worry about that. Okay, we're not listing anything, but just so you know, we do use cardinal and ordinal numbers in English. All right, that'll make it a little bit easier to understand too. Okay, finally, now why the heck is Magistra teaching us about cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers, and are they important? Yes, they are. Okay, now you know the numbers up to 10. The next question is, how should you use them? Now think about how you usually use numbers. Okay, unless you're in math class, you generally use them as adjectives. For example, can you remember the 3 main adjective questions? Okay, this goes back to 4th grade, and if you don't remember, that's okay. We're gonna hit upon it now. Okay, they're which one, what kind, and how many. Ordinal numbers answer the question which one, while cardinal numbers answer the question how many. So basically, you can treat both kinds of numbers as just a type of adjective. All right, don't really worry about what that means too much right now. We're going to see some examples of it, and hopefully that will give you a better idea of what we're talking about right now. Okay, but let's go through our grammar questions and fill in the blanks. Okay, number 1. Cardinal numbers are used for blank. All right, this is review. Cardinal numbers are used for counting. / math. Okay, those two things. Number 2, ordinal numbers are used to tell the blank of things. Okay, ordinal numbers are used to tell the order of things. Number 3, numbers are used similarly wait a second, something's wrong here. Okay, ignore this one, actually. That's not a good question. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Okay, number 4. Cardinal numbers answer the question blank. All right, cardinal numbers answer how many, while ordinal numbers answer which one. Okay, just a further example of that, just to kind of illustrate it. All right, if I were to ask how many, like how many birds are there? Okay, there are 3 birds. All right, 3, that's a cardinal number. We use that for counting, right? I can count 1, 2, 3 little birds in a tree, okay? As opposed to this one, ordinal numbers answer the question of which one, okay? Which bird is the blue bird? Oh, it was the first bird that I saw. Okay, so you see how, cardinals for counting and ordinals for ordering. Okay, like ranking them. Okay. Like which one was that guy? Oh, that guy was the first one to arrive. Okay, kind of helps out a little bit. All right, so let's move on here. We're going to do some practice so you can kind of see what's going on. All right, just give me 1 second while I pull up something. Okay, awesome. All right, so in these columns here, we've got our English. Okay, what we want to do is we want to put the correct number, the correct kind of number, all right, next to our words here. Okay, so let's do that now. So first we've got puella una. Okay. Puellai duai. And puellai tres. Okay. All right, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Now, don't really worry so much about the endings on these, okay? They're a little funky because remember, these do get declined, but once you hit 4, okay, in the cardinal numbers, this is review from last week. Once you hit 4, the number won't change, okay? So puellai, to say 4 girls, you'd say puellai quatuor. Okay, to say 5 girls, you'd say puellai quinque. To say 6 girls, you'd say puellai sex. Okay, to say 7 girls, you'd say puellai septem. To say 8 girls, puellai octo. To say 9 girls, puellai novem. And 10 girls, puellai decem. All right, so that's just to count. Like, okay, there's how many girls? Oh, there's 7 girls dancing in the street. Okay, you're counting them. Like, you can count 7 girls. Okay, now let's do our ordinal numbers. Okay, so to say first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right? Because we're ranking them now. Okay. So we're going to use our new vocabulary that we learned this week to do that. Okay, so puella prima is the first girl, right? Like the first girl to walk on the moon. Okay, we're going to rank her. We're going to say which one it was. Okay, second girl, you'd say puella secunda. Right, to say the third girl is puella tertia. Okay, to say the fourth girl, you'd say puella, oh goodness. You can always go back in quarta. Okay, and by the way, you guys can do that, should do that too, okay? If you draw a blank and you forget something, you can always check back and look at our vocabulary, okay? Because I forgot the word for fourth for a minute, okay? So let's say the fifth girl, puella quinta. The sixth girl is puella sexta. The seventh girl is puella septa. The eighth girl, octa. Ninth girl, nona. And 10th, I just wanted to decima. I made a mistake here too, sorry. Septima, nona, and decima. Okay, so definitely refer to your vocabulary list when you're going through this, okay? And that's okay to do. That's totally fine, okay? Because you will see these in Latin when you're reading, but you don't see them terribly often, okay? Now, what we just did, okay, what we just did here, I'd like to see if you can try that on your own with this one, okay? Pretty much all I'm asking you to do, I've already given you the noun form. What I want you to do is go through, I did the first 3 for you, just write in here, okay, your cardinal numbers, okay, from 4 to 10. And from here, I'd like you to just write your ordinal numbers from 3 to 10. Okay, but make sure it's the masculine form, right? Like amicus primus, okay, because before it was puella prima. All right, so you hear the difference? Okay, so here we're working with a masculine noun. All right, so if you can do that, and we'll go over it next week. And when you have finished that, please submit your your week 5 work packet, excuse me. Okay, so just as a reminder of what you need to do now. All right, we've gone through and we've watched this YouTube video. Once you do this exercise here, okay, you'll have filled out the week 5 work packet. Okay, please submit this packet. Okay, hand it in so I can count it and give you a grade for it and give you attendance grades for it. Okay, and then you have to take and submit the week 5 Open Notes quiz. Okay, and that, the link for it will be found in the weekly email. It can be found on the Latin website. Okay, so if you need to find that link, that's where you'll get it. Okay, all of these things are going to be due by Friday, April 24th. All right, and as a reminder, the April flashcard calendar is due May 1st. Okay, you have about 2 weeks to do that. Okay, and I'm only requiring 100 minutes as the normal. All right, so again, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My email is sslade@gcali.com. All right, so email me with questions, whatever you might have. I'm around. All right, so until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Valete discipuli.